Okay, I just got my platinum trophy for Death Stranding today, and while the game's still fresh on my mind, I wanted to take the time to just share some of the tips I had off the top of my head. Death Stranding is a considerably long game, and I'd like to help those that just want to save some time. I think these tips are especially useful for those that have already finished the story and are looking to get the platinum too. Beginners might find them useful, but I didn't do a lot of these things when I was a beginner, and I kind of think learning the more intuitive parts along the way is a part of the gaming experience. Anyway, let's get started. And a lot of this footage might be repetitive because I'm kind of lazy, so sorry. Okay, I know it says ASAP, but I changed the difficulty after I finished the story. So beginners, play on hard mode if you want, but I'd say this is more applicable to the trophy hunters. When you're doing standard orders, you'll need to be on hard mode eventually anyways for the Growth of a Legend trophy. And that's 20 Legend of Legends ratings per category. Let me explain the standard order categories. There are 4 of them: delivery volume, delivery time, miscellaneous, and cargo condition. They're distinguished by the little icons when you pull up the orders. You need 20 Legend of Legend ratings per category, so that's 80 deliveries. And it seems overwhelming at first, but honestly, it's not that bad because you already need to max out all the facilities. If you're just starting your plat journey, I would recommend keeping track of the number of orders you complete per category. And just a reminder, these are 20 separate standard orders. Do not make the same mistake that I did of doing reorders and orders I've already gotten Legend of Legend on. It's a waste of time. When you're doing standard orders, make sure you check the rating in the bottom right of the terminal to see if you've already gotten a Legend of Legend rating. I can't even stress this tip enough. It's probably the most important one. Seriously, set up a zipline network. You will save so much time. This will also make your deliveries dependent on delivery time and those Legend of Legend ratings much easier. When you're setting up these zip lines, don't try and carry a delivery while you're doing it. Just go from point A to point B, zipline back, and carry the delivery to guarantee that it's in good condition. You also won't be frustrated when you fall down a mountain trying to put a zipline on a high point and then end up taking the delivery with you. Utilize long-range trucks if you're transporting more than you can carry. I basically did all of my deliveries with either ziplines or trucks. Okay, I know this one seems like a rookie tip, but seriously, please make use of your infinite manual saves. I'm not even kidding. Your auto saves are when you access a terminal, but besides those, you just need to save whenever you can. These saves will save you, no pun intended. Save after you started an order. Step out of your truck and save after you're like a third done with your route. Just save. You'll be saved so much time and so much frustration. So just save as often as you can, for real. For the platinum, you're going to need to max out every one of the 39 facilities in the country. This includes the ones in the central mountain region and the east, because I didn't need to do anything for Edgenot City and the distro center there after I finished the story. To get these 5 stars, you're going to need to do a lot of deliveries. Make sure to do all of them premium on hard mode, like I said before, so you can simultaneously get progress for the Growth of a Legend trophy. When you're picking what deliveries to do, I would highly recommend picking the big deliveries that offer a lot of likes in comparison to multiple small deliveries. Pick a big delivery for a particular facility and you'll get to 5 stars way faster. This also applies when you're trying to level up your skills to level 60. Pick a big delivery for that particular category and it'll level up much more than any number of small deliveries. These 2 guys are a part of the optional facilities that you still need for the trophies. Once you find them, it might appear that their ratings will get stuck at some levels no matter how many deliveries you do. You need to sleep and read their emails before and after you deliver cargo. It's because they're hesitant about joining the UCA and they need time to think about it. I remember the first prepper emailed me one day like, "Bro, I'm not joining your dumb nation." And then I went to sleep and woke up to another email where he was like, "Bro, I was just kidding, I'll give it a try." A method I found really useful for these two was to pick up lost cargo, maybe like 3 pieces at once, but only deliver one at a time, sleep, read their email, and deliver another one. It doesn't matter what you deliver after you read the email, their ratings will go up by like 2 whole stars, so save your cargo and deliver one at a time. Don't do what I did, where I did like 2 retrieval missions for the novelist's son in a terrorist zone, which, by the way, is no joke on hard mode, and his stars didn't budge at all, so yeah. Take advantage of safe houses everywhere, and sleep when you can. I think this is really taken for granted, but you'll find it super useful when you need to fragile jump to a specific area and you already have a wealth of visited safe houses at your disposal. I guess it's less necessary if you already have a zipline network, which I stressed before, but still, it's just one of those things that you should do. I promise you, it is okay to lose things, because it is okay to fabricate things. If you left all of your equipment in one private locker far away, don't try and go for it. You can fabricate everything again. This is super important once you realize the usefulness of fragile jumping. And if your trike is far, don't spend time trying to go for it too. You can fabricate another one. I don't know if this is only a habit that I struggled with because I'm naturally stingy, but like seriously, don't waste time and know when to cut your losses. This also ties into the last tip, but don't carry more than you need to. Honestly, it's better just not to carry anything at all. If you still need to set up your zip lines, only carry around 3 to 4 PCCs and maybe a ladder. But besides that, don't carry anything besides blood bags. It makes you more willing to fragile jump and running around, especially with your speed skeleton equipped, much faster. Super important if you're going into mule and terrorist camps. Do not go into those hostile territories with absolutely any cargo. Leave it all in private lockers. Everything. You only need a speed skeleton, armor plating, and weapons. In general, you should just keep it light if you're traversing territory. If you need a particular piece of equipment, it is okay to go back to the nearest terminal to fabricate it. I know I needed a climbing anchor once, and I almost never carried them with me, so I just ziplined back to photographer and went back to where I needed it. Don't be paranoid and literally be carrying weapons and every piece of equipment for these just-in-case scenarios. CRYPTOBIOTES! They're so taken for granted. Just pick them up whenever you can. They're crazy useful if you're going into terrorist camps, or if you, tend to fall off cliffs often. They restore your blood levels immediately, though the amount depends on how many CRYPTOBIOTES you have. So just pick them up. I remember running through a terrorist camp and being literally at 10% health left, so I was just frantically eating the CRYPTOBIOTES to get back to full health. So yeah, point blank, they're just super helpful if you find yourself in hostile territory. Since we're still talking about hostiles, let's cover this. Don't use lethal weapons. I probably sound like Die Hardman, but yeah, you don't want to cause a void out. It's just better to use non-lethal weapons and bullet guns to knock them out. In general, you should either just run in and run out, which is easy to do if you're not carrying much, or go stealth by utilizing the strand and hologram generator. Okay, BTAREAS are honestly laughably easy to handle. Just let the BTs grab you and then let the big guy spawn. Once it spawns, just run and jump away towards the edge of the tar area. If you check your map, it'll show this big black circle which indicates the BT area. But once you go outside of it, the big guy will despawn, basically, or evaporate, I don't know. But you get the same outcome of what would happen if you defeated it with hematic weapons. Maybe no chiral crystals. Don't know, never checked. Main point is they all despawn and the whole area is just much easier to go through. I found this was faster than trying to sneak through the area. This method was super important when I was transporting cargo through BT areas in trucks. Just let the BTs drag you out of the car and run and jump back to the truck. Remember to always use a speed skeleton and carry virtually nothing on you. In the mountains, use an all-terrain skeleton so you can walk up mountains easier, and carry a floating carrier so you can go down slopes faster, but make sure you're careful. Also, if you're walking up a mountain, don't hold L2 and R2 to keep your balance like the pop-up says. Sam will tire out super quickly. Just walk up it normally and you'll see him use his hands to brace himself against a mountain. Okay, this is just my last small tip. I didn't notice this until the end of the game, but the backpack accessories actually have benefits to them in their description. For example, the weather talisman you get from the weather station is supposed to keep timefall at bay, and the cryptobiote makes cryptobiotes less likely to run from you, I think. I don't know how big of an effect these accessories have, but it's a nice feature regardless. So yeah, those are all the tips I could think of right now. I spent 83 hours in Death Stranding overall, but I think that's considered short for some that spent relatively 100 hours or more to plat it. I hope this helps out other trophy hunters or beginners, so good luck guys, you got this.